Welcome to the Traveling Saleslady Podcast. We are the fun side of sales and no passport required. My name is Syya, and I'm going to be your, host, guide. I don't know, Traveling Saleslady. What am I?
Well, I think you're the person behind the scenes that keeps us all together. So I'm excited for this. It's our first one.
I know. Okay, so when we conceived this idea together, it was really, how should I put it? You said, Syya, what if we could be like the Charlie's Angels and I'll be the Bosley? And I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, I ain't going to be no Charlie's Angel. I'll tell you that right now. But you know who are the Charlie's Angel in this scenario?
The salespeople.
Our audience, the salespeople. So audience, if you're in sales, aspire to be in sales, or veteran of sales, and maybe not in sales, but you are a representative of your company, you're going to want to listen to us. Oh, wait. And if you happen to travel a lot, I think we're going to have a lot of commonality. So this podcast is for anyone that travels. And quite frankly, if you've ever experienced a little story with a bed bug or two, we'd love to hear that. So the Traveling Saleslady, let me ask you, what do you want to get out of this? And ultimately, why are we doing this?
Yeah, that's a great question, Syya. And I think the reason we're doing this is I think the sales profession, from the fun side of sales, the good stuff, I call it, the conferences, the relationship building, the camaraderie, the brainstorming, the lunch or breakfast or dinner meetings where you leave and you get in your car and you turn the radio on and you feel on top of the moon because you connected. That's all the fun stuff. And I don't feel until now that there has been a podcast that really addresses that. Lots of podcasts related to sales address metrics, KPIs, how to sell more, how to be successful, and all of that stuff. Super important. But I think we need to have a little more fun in our world and a fun profession. And so that's what I hope that anybody who listens in will learn tips, travel tips, learn about cool places, learn about sales stories that might be fun, but could inspire people for professional growth, personal growth, lots of good stuff. And then hey, we even have merchandise ready to go, right? That when is the last time you saw a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, a gift giving idea related to apparel for salespeople? I don't think I've seen it. Have you?
No, I haven't. And you know what? You want clothing that actually looks good. We've seen some tchotchkes, let's be honest. And though tchotchkes are novel to send back to the kids, realistically speaking, kind of want to look good in your travels. And your merch, let me tell you, Traveling Saleslady, you get it. We look professional and it's still cool.
I think we've upped the ante. I am so excited to have guests on this show. That's the other thing, right? If you're an interesting individual, give us a shout. Reach out to us. We want other salespeople to share. Where did you go? Where did you travel to? And did you do anything fun? Did you go to a cool place that you want to share? Did you have a cool story where you had to laugh about a sales event that may have taken place?
Okay, so we know that there's a lot of challenges with sales in general. So can I ask you then, are we going to exchange stories on like the horrors of like maybe closing a deal that didn't go through? Or are we all about party?
I think we keep it professional. I think we keep it clean, but we have some fun along the way. That's, I think, part of the brand of the Traveling Saleslady. Keep it clean, keep it professional, but let's have some fun and see where this journey takes us.
I'm so excited for this. So, okay, Traveling Saleslady, you sound like a veteran. There's a book that we really rally around, and there's just two words that really get to me, and I think it's every traveler's nightmare, which is bed bugs. Talk to me a little bit about that without giving too much away, because we want everyone to buy the book, of course.
Well, just like sales, the fun side of sales, an often overlooked topic, so are bed bugs, Syya, and people get them. And I think since that book has come out, people have shared quietly that they've gotten them too. And there's a stigma. And I think we can together help a whole lot of people be proactive in not acquiring them. And should they acquire them, they'll at least have more knowledge how to rid the bed bugs because it's horrific if a person gets them. And I think we can help a lot of people. And the book is fun. It's a fun, quick read. It's a book that can be taken along in a briefcase, a purse, a plane ride. And more importantly than even the bed bug story of it, it really is sales tips galore, whether people are entering the profession or they're veterans or they're sales managers and want a good read for their sales teams. There's lots of sales tips. It's kind of sort of like a life book, but I think it's a quick, good read for salespeople.
You know what? Where were you when I started out in my career? Because let me tell you, I didn't get much training. Theoretically, I was an inside salesperson, then I moved to outside sales, but I didn't really get a lot of proper training, especially out in the field in the middle of nowhere. You're sitting at a, hotel lobby and you're looking around and you're like, wow, I don't know where to go. So is this something where we can build a community and have people be on the scene reporters for us in a way? Can we get those stories from folks? Is that what we want?
I think we can. We've got a section right on the website. We've got Laugh Out Loud Sales to tell stories there, but we're also open to contacting us, being on the podcast, writing in, sharing. Yeah, the Traveling Saleslady brand is really about community. And when I say community, it's about the sales professional community to jump on board. So, and really the fun part of sales, right? Sometimes you don't know quite where you're going, but you're going somewhere good. I think we're going somewhere good. And I think, are we going to pivot along the way? Yes, we shall pivot along the way. Maybe our television today is a 50s throwback, and maybe one day we've got a 95-inch television monitor that the Traveling Saleslady is now coming out of.
Oh, I'm sure we can do that. I'm sure we can do that. Where there's a will, darling, there is a way. If you want, have you seen those like projectors where you could just push it out like onto the side of your house? We can do it.
Oh, we're going big. We're going big. Oh, we're going home. And if we go home, we're going by train,
or
plane, or automobile.
Plane, train, automobile, as long as you're safe, guys. There are safety tips again, we want to encourage everyone. There are fun stories that we'll share, but there's also safety tips that's going to be really critical for those, especially if you find yourself alone, especially if you do international travel. You've been all over the place. Gosh, is there a country you haven't been to yet, the Traveling Saleslady?
Well, there are many, but I was just going to toss out a domestic story that just happened today because timing is perfect. You want to hear one?
I would love to hear it.
You think the audience wants to hear one?
Hello, audience. I'm joking. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Come on, let's go.
We're going to go with it. Here's the story. So, as a traveling salesperson, I live in Central Florida. I got on a plane and I went to Atlanta. I went to a conference, and the conference was incredible, but it was long. I had to get up at the crack of dawn this morning to get on a plane from Atlanta and fly into San Antonio. I went into San Antonio, smooth flight. I get off the plane. I start looking at emails. This could be a tip maybe of what not to do. Look at emails. I'm walking a baggage. I'm in my own zone, very compartmentalized, looking at my emails. Get into the baggage claim and I see a sign above one of the claims terminal numbers. It says Orlando. And I think, I'm from Orlando. That's where my baggage is coming from. I'm on my phone now, not paying attention. The bags are coming. The people are going. Then it gets very quiet and I look up. There's no one around the baggage claim except for me. And there are no more bags. And so I thought, they lost my bag. This is terrible. So I went to baggage claim. They asked, do you have your claim? I pulled it out. The lady said to me, honey, you're over at Atlanta. You flew in from Atlanta. See, I'm from Orlando. I forgot that I had come from Atlanta. So then I had to go to the baggage claim office. And of course, as a salesperson, you always like the chit chat, right? So I had to share that with the baggage people there, and they found it to be quite amusing. So there's a funny story that will be turned into a blog at some point.
Oh, you just reminded me of, and I think we already posted on it on social media. Well, I think it was one of my bits of advice. I think we have our LOL sales tips and it was travel tips. And I just moved to Dallas, And I was new. Again, I wasn't trained. I was kind of a little insecure, kind of faking it while you're making it type of thing. And I remember it was a 6 a.m. flight. I get to the airport. I'm proud of myself. I'm on time. I'm actually a little early so I can enjoy a cup of coffee, right? I go in to the counter and I'm like, I'm trying to do the terminal, check in. And it says, please see the counter. And I'm like, what is going on here? Right. And so I'm like, oh no, maybe the flight's canceled or whatever. So I go to the counter and I tell the lady, I give her my ID. And then she looks at me. She goes, oh, honey, you're at Dallas Fort Worth. Your flight's out of Dallas Love Field. And I could just feel the blood draining out of my face. I'm like, son of a sea cook. And she goes, if you grab a cab, maybe you can get there. She goes, but you're starting to hit traffic time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think it was a 10:30. And I was like, I have to get this flight. And she goes, honey, and then she starts trying to help me out. And, by the skin of my teeth, there's a different airline, but I was able to make it to my destination. But son of a gun, guys, always double check what airport you're flying out of if you have a city that has two big airports. That's Syya's LOL sales tip for you.
I love it. So true. So true. And you have to laugh, right? But without these types of things, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? So they create memories, in my opinion.
Oh, honey, we could talk all day about my experiences, but I know this is just an introduction on who we are. So the traveling sales lady, without going too much details, could you at least tell us like how many years you've been in sales? So at least we know you've got some, experience or two to give some comfort to our peeps.
Oh, that's a great question, Syya. 30 plus years, medical sales, radiology sales, incontinence products sales, lots of sales and sales management experience. So mostly in the healthcare senior living space, lots of travel involved. And it has been and continues to be a fun journey, but the focus always has a core theme. Let's help people to be a better version of themselves, and let's help people to live a quality lifestyle. If we can do those two things, it doesn't really matter what you sell or who you service if you're focused on a core theme. And I always think, let's stop selling and start servicing. So,
Yay! I applaud that. That was me just doing applause here.
I love it. I love it.
Well, for those that are curious, I have 20 plus years in tech sales, 5 years in IT recruitment, which was sales because we actually had to beg people for the gig. But my background is predominantly in technology. So I think we have a lot we can banter on between healthcare and technology. I'm sure we've been to a lot of different places our travels have taken us to.
I believe that. You actually, where did you go was it the Middle East or Asia, that there was a picture that I saw and I was like, where is that really cool place? Is it Thailand? Did you go to Thailand?
I've been to Thailand and I've been to Europe, but not really I shouldn't say Europe. Honestly, I've been to Sweden and I've been to like Paris. I can't even say I've been to France. I've been to Paris and then Ireland and England. But yeah, I've been around Asia, Thailand predominantly. Yeah.
Cool. See, I think we're going to get along very well because I've gone more the other gamut of Europe with the Spain and Portugal and Greece and those, and now you've been to the other side of it. So super cool. I think I'm looking forward to this, and I'm really looking forward to. We've already got a couple of guests lined up that are in the sales profession that were anxious to come on board early with us, and I think we're going to learn a lot, share a lot. And it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. And for anyone that's looking to learn more about the Traveling Sales Lady, you can always go to thetravelingSalesLady.com. Not rocket science. And of course, I'll be the one to do it. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us. We are growing. We just started. And any little bit of effort of just clicking that little like button and that little subscribe button, it goes a long way. And we absolutely appreciate it. And again, we're looking for folks to contribute. So guys, hit the comments and share your stories. We actually have a form you can fill out on the Traveling Sales Lady to share your story. You can even just video yourself and upload your video, and then we'll transcribe it out. And if we like your story, we'll share it in our community.
I love it, Syya. Thank you so much, too. Couldn't do this without you. So you are appreciated.
Oh, thank you. Oh, hello. TSL in the house. We're going to do it. We're going to kick off this podcast. So, you know what? If you're fine with it. I'm fine with it. I say let's wrap up this first episode. And anyone that is wanting to learn more, I guess you're just going to have to like and subscribe to hear more.
I agree. I'm agreeing with you 100%. I am agreeing with you 100%. Like, subscribe, follow us, and have some fun. Life is short. Enjoy it.
All righty. Well, hey, you heard it from the lady directly, guys. So I guess we're going to sign out here. It's the Traveling Saleslady Podcast. This is Syya.
And the Traveling Saleslady. We will see ya.
See ya.